Hi everyone, this is lesson 3, the last lesson of today, Tuesday the 28th of April 2020, and let's get started with our math mentals. So we're on to Tuesday, so there's the time. I think everyone's been finding the time pretty easy, so if you could just have a look at the time on your clock and write me the time, remembering we're writing in digital time, so whatever hour the small hand's gone past, and then count around your minutes. Okay, so this one is number 2. You're going to draw a 3/4 turn clockwise. So if you have a look, you've got it's hard to see on this sheet, but this little box on top's coloured in, and this one is blank, so it looks like this. So you can draw this in number 2. If you have this in your book, you've just got to rearrange the squares on top. So this one's a coloured in one, and this one is a blank one. So you've written your time, this is question 2, and so you've got to turn that 3/4. So that's 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. So if you make that a 3/4 turn, where is this one going to end up? So pause me while you figure that out. So 1/4, halfway, 3/4. So this one is going to be over here, the filled in one, and the one with is on top. I'll just make my window a little bit bigger. Sorry, I was talking to my board then. So this is after you do the 3/4 turn. Okay, so number 3 says, is 715 divisible by 5? So what we need to do is write your number for your question there. So 715, is that divisible by 5? Let's work it out. Does 5 go into 7? Yes, it does, and it has 2 over. So then we say, does 5 go into 21? So we count it, 5, 10, 15, 20. It does 4 times, and it has 1 over. Does 5 go into 15? Yes, it does. So our answer is 143. So we could write yes. Yes, it is divisible. Okay, number 4. We're a little bit of BODMAS here, so 9 times 5, and then we divide by, and we have a division here, 30 by 6. So brackets first, remember BODMAS, B-O-D-M-A-S, so we start with brackets, and then order of operation, which is division. They're both in brackets, so it doesn't really matter where we start, but 30 divided by 6 is 5, and 9 times 5 is 45. And then it wants to ask 45 divided by 5, and the answer is 9. Okay, then the next question is we have to find the pattern. So the pattern is 15 to 30. So how much did 15 go up to get to 30? And the answer is plus 15. Then from 30, it went to 45. How much did it go up again to get to 45? Well, the algebraic rule, it went up by 15. You can actually show this in your book for this question if you want. I prefer that you do for number patterns. And so if it's gone up by 15 each time, what's it going to go up again by this one? So you can count that up and write that in. And the answer is 60. So another 15 on 45 is 60. Okay, and now we're up to question 6, and it's 85 plus 135. So we could do it a little bit tricky, and we could say 5 plus 5 is 10, put down the 0 and carry the 1. 8 and 3 is 11, plus 1 is 12, and put the 1 over there, and then there's nothing over here to add the 1 onto, so it's 220. Or, if you wanted to, you could do that as a vertical addition. 2/5, and 2/5 means that you are writing it a 2 multiplied 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're saying 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, 16 times 2, and I'll give you a chance to write that down, and the answer is 32. So it's 2 to the power of 5. The next one is addition, and it's 3, and they're all over 4, so we don't have to worry about writing the 4 all those times. So 3 plus 2 plus 3. We add them up. 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 3 is 8 over 4. And of course that's an improper fraction, so we need to fix that. So 4 goes into 8 twice. Now we need to name this shape. Now what I recommend you do is there's a YouTube song, and if you're in grade 2 with me you probably remember it, and it's called the Polygon Song, and it helps you remember which polygon, which is a shape that has more than 3 sides, which sort of polygon it is. So go in and have a look at that song, and it'll get in your head pretty quickly, and it'll take you up to a 12-sided polygon. But the sides on this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a 7-sided polygon is called a heptagon. But have a look at that song. Okay, what is the radius of a circle if the diameter is 3? So the diameter is from one side to another. So of course 3 meters divided by 2, because it's the radius, is 1.5 meters. Okay, 200 divided by 5. It's a nice easy one. 5 goes into 2, new. 5 goes into 24. 5 goes into 0, 0. So that's 40. Then we have simplify 12/18ths. And what number goes into both of those? You can have a look at the multiplication chart that I sent you, and it's 6. 6 goes into 12 twice and into 18 3 times. So the answer is 2/3. Okay, so 13 says, what would be the area of an oblong field 100 meters by 8 meters? So what we need to do there for question 13 is we need to multiply 100 meters by 8 meters. So the long side is 100 meters and the short side is 8 meters. So we just say 100 times 8, that's nice and easy, and that's 800 meters. And because it's the area, we then put a little 2 above it. So we write it like that. That shows that it's squared. Name this shape. And this, of course, is I'll give you a minute to write it down, a triangular prism. And 8 times 3/4. So we pop 8 over 1 multiplied by 3/4. 8 times 3 is 24, and that's 1 times 4, so it's just 4. And that's an improper fraction because the big number's on the top. 4 goes into 24 3 times. So the answer is 3. Right, the next question says, if the Eastern Standard Time is 8 p.m, no daylight saving in Queensland, what is the time in Western Australia? Now, the easiest way to work this out is I actually put that into a Google search and it gave me a time converter. So it said that in Queensland, if it's 8 p.m, which is in 24-hour time, 2000 hours, then in Western Australia, it's going to be 11 a.m. Sorry, that one's not right. It's this one, 6 p.m, 1800 hours. My eyes were distracted down here. So if it's 8 o'clock in Queensland, it's going to be 6 p.m. or 1800 hours in Perth. Sorry, I got a bit distracted then. Okay, so back to our questions. 2.3 divided by 10. Remember, if we're multiplying, we jump, there's 1 0, so we take the number and jump it one place on the left-hand side. And if we are dividing, we have to take, and there's 1 0, we take the number and jump it one place to the right-hand side. So write down your answer. There's only 1 0 and we're dividing, so we jump that one over the decimal place. And the answer is 2.35. 6 times 8, you can look that up on your chart, figure that one out. Double 55. Really easy way to do that is 50 times 2 is 100, and then 2 times 5 is 10, so 110. And round 8.6. Now remember, this is the 10th column. This part here is made up of 10 parts, and there's 6 so here already. To make this a whole number, we would add 0.4 to get this to 10, to make that a 9. So here it's over the halfway mark, so we round it up to 9 is the answer. Okay, now I've gone into Ed Studio and had a look, and they've added one other little thing here, which wasn't here before, which we're going to do very gradually over the course of the week. And what they've put in there is an actual test. So go into that, open it up and download it. Don't worry about all this stuff up here for 1 hour. We're going to treat it like a bit of an activity. You can print it out and write on it. You can write it in your book. I don't mind. Okay, so if you can just put up there your assessment, BODMAS, and today's date on a page. We're just going to break it up into 2 questions each day. Okay, so let's take our time with this. So don't forget the BODMAS rule, which is brackets, not brockets, but brackets, order of operation, then division comes first, then multiplication, then addition, then subtraction. Keep that firmly in your mind. So the first one, solve these equations. So when we look at this, which ones are we going to do first? Keep in mind, it's brackets, there's no brackets there, so we're going to write them in. Then order of operation, multiplication comes first, so put your brackets around your multiplication. Then, even though it says addition, we're going to add that after we've put brackets around our 6 take away 3. So 2 sets of brackets and then work it out. Here this is already done. So you do this one first, then you do your division, then you add your addition. This one here, brackets, 2 times 5, then your addition, you add 12, then you take away 4. Here we're going to do our division first, so 20 divided by 5, then multiplied by 2, then plus 8. And don't forget, pause me in between. Now we're going to go to question 2. We're going to add brackets to the following expressions to make them true. Alright, so look at this. Which one are we going to put the brackets around first? Division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. So boom, 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 and then add them. This one here, we've got multiplication first. Then you put brackets around the other one, then you add them. If no brackets were used in B, would the answer change? So all you have to do is start from the left and go to the right and just work it out. Would the answer change? Calculate the answer with no brackets. So you start from this side, just do it all the way through and see if the answer changed. And then here, explain why the brackets are necessary. Why do we need that rule of BODMAS to get that correct answer? Now, when you finish that, if you want to go ahead and do more, you can. You can finish it if you want, but we'll do a little bit each day. So tomorrow we're going to do the actual word questions, and we're going to write it as a numerical sentence, and we're going to write in the operation of those ones for each one of these. Okay, so we'll do that tomorrow. Wednesday we'll do those ones, that one and that one. We've got heaps of time to do it, so if we just work through it a bit each day. Right, make sure you save it so that you can send it to me, or just keep that page blank that you're working on so you can pick it up tomorrow and do question 3 and 4. Alright, so that's our lesson today. With the time you've got left over, feel free to go on and do some mathletics. I think that mathletics app, now that it's been updated and changed, is really, really good. I've sat through and done some of the lessons as well. They're very beneficial and help your learning. So please jump onto mathletics and have a look. Have a great day, and I will see you on Wednesday. Oh, I've got to find my button to close it.